This is TWiT.
Apple is also getting data centers closer to where you want to be. They've announced a big data center in Waukee. Am I saying that right? W-A-U-K-E-E, Iowa. They're going to build a $1.375 billion data center. The city of Waukee has agreed to property tax rebates of $188.2 million over 20 years. They still will pay, that doesn't mean that they're not going to pay property tax. They'll just pay 71% less. And, if you're a small town, and Waukee's a fairly small town, getting, that 29% property tax is very, very valuable. So they're going to be very happy, I'm sure, to get that. They'll also get tax credits from Iowa for creating jobs, $19.65 million investment tax credit for creating 50 jobs, although Apple said the project will generate more than 550 jobs in construction and operations. They didn't specify how they break down, though. I imagine far more construction jobs than op jobs. How many ops do you need in a data center, after all? Apple will also contribute, and I love this, $100 million towards a public improvement fund for the city of Waukee, including a youth sports complex they're going to build that will be open to all. So a win. It sounds like a win all around. Tim Cook in Des Moines for this announcement, and that he is with the governor of Iowa. So
it was a great interview that went along with. I don't know if it was this one. I think it was actually the next one, the next city that he visited, where he said that as governments around the world stop doing, or I forget the exact words.
They're dysfunctional. Become dysfunctional.
Yeah, become dysfunctional. It's up to people. It's up to companies like Apple and other organizations to sort of pick up the slack and continue us down his favorite golden path.
I thought that was very interesting. Cook was, of course, on the advisory council that Trump disbanded, right? That was really weird. So he was never on that council. He said that he was too busy to join the council. Okay. He did go to the meetings, but then someone else said that no one was actually ever on the council. They all just went to meetings. So it sounds like it was something very confusing. Yeah, what a surprise. And anyway, it's gone now after a number of very high-profile resignations. So Cook, who probably would have resigned if he could, never was on it in the first place.
It. I never joined, so I can't resign.
Yeah. Darn it. Why didn't they? All right. I thought that was a really interesting statement. It kind of, in a very genteel way, because Tim is a gentleman, first and foremost, implying that as worldwide governments become more dysfunctional, I think he's probably talking about certain specific governments, Apple and others need to take up the slack. I don't think anybody would argue, especially Tim Cook, that giant multinational corporations should start running the world. But
I think that I do think that there's going to be a point in time where we start thinking about the role of the nation state, because the nation states in general are continuing to lose influence over what's actually happening.
This is his quote. The reality is that government for a long period of time has, for whatever set of reasons, become less functional and isn't working at the speed it once was. Now, I'm not sure I'd agree with him. I think it was intentionally designed, at least in the U.S., not to run at high speed for very good reasons anyway. And so it does fall, I think, not just on business, but on other areas of society to step up.